Jamal and Natasha Miller are the founders of Married and Young. Recently, they were featured on Forbes.com for their start as bloggers turned million-dollar entrepreneurs. They credit their success to following biblical principles while helping singles prepare for marriage and teaching couples how to strengthen their relationships. Jamal wrote 25 ways to prepare for marriage other than dating. He and Natasha teach these concepts in their online university with the hopes of changing today's divorce rates by giving people practical advice and showing couples what Christ-centered relationships look like.
Well, Jamal and Natasha, join us now. It's great to have you.
It's an honor
Thank
to
you
be
so
here.
much.
You make me feel ancient because you say you actually met online.
We did.
And for me, that's just inconceivable. And so how did that happen? What was going on? What platform were you using?
Absolutely, it was on Facebook, and she can kind of start the story off because
So we were friends on Facebook, and I actually added him. He was part of a prayer community that I was connected with, so I just added him as a friend, and we were Facebook
So you
friends.
didn't know him?
I did not know him at all.
So you added him as a friend, even though
I didn't know him. Yeah, he looked like a nice guy. I added
he was
some
in a
other
prayer
people.
group.
we're in a prayer group. Yep.
Yeah.
So we had some groups. We had similar connections or passions, right? And then one day I just happened to be scrolling on Facebook, literally just scrolling.
Yeah.
And this is during the time when you actually knew everyone on your news feed, and I didn't know who she was. I was like, Natasha Sembrano, who's this pretty, black woman that's on my, on my Facebook profile? And so I went to her page.
You liked the picture.
He liked
the picture. Went to her profile and was like, wow, who's this girl? I don't know who she is. Well, she had a website, went to her website, and began to just be very curious. And so actually, what we call in our time is you slide in the DMs. And so it was just direct message. And I direct messaged her and said, hey, Natasha, don't know who you are. But I want to encourage you on your ministry. Just continue to do what you're doing. This is awesome. And that was it. And I didn't think that she would even message me back, but she did.
And that started everything.
And that started everything.
You encourage people to actually meet online. You say it's okay. It's a good way to do it.
It's one of those things we tell people, don't let it be your last resort. Because if you use it as a last resort, then you'll be open to settling for anything that you find. We did not use a dating site. We were not looking for one another particularly. It just happened to happen through us just being online. And so we say that now more than ever, your new first base may not be, when we say first base, the first time you meet someone may not be at church. It may not be possibly at the grocery store like it's been in previous years, but now it could be through your social media profile, because that's where majority of people are hanging out now. It's online. So if you're going to do it that way, just be prepared, be ready, and know what you're getting yourself into.
Well, as a parent of children in their 20s who are single, I would shudder that they would be on Tinder swiping right. So you actually counsel that to prepare for marriage, you need to get right first.
Absolutely.
So before you're doing things on social media, what should someone be doing?
Yeah, I believe that you should be active in your community, that you should have mentors and spiritual leaders that you're accountable to, because if you are accessing these sites, let's say you do meet somebody on Facebook or Instagram, we do highly encourage that you are letting people in to that story. So even within the One University and what we do is that it's all comprised of community, to where we walk people through certain stages on, falling in love with God, healing from your past, knowing your identity and your purpose, so that when that opportunity does arise, you have the tools to be able to sustain and even discern, is this right for me or not?
Absolutely.
So what got you to the point where you said Jamal is right? Jamal
is right? Oh my goodness. I would say just from the moment I met him in our conversations, and, for me, I was a single woman that was just engulfed in God, like literally engulfed in God. And I told the Lord, I said, God, I don't want to compromise my life or my walk or my body to just anyone. And he was my first boyfriend, first kiss, first everything, to where I had made a decision that, God, I want your best for me. And when I met him and the peace of God fell, upon me, and everything just came together. And even in our marriage, it's been a joy to serve with him. And I don't feel like he's up there and I'm down here. I feel like we're really able to combine our journeys together and influence the world for God's kingdom.
What made you realize that she was really giving you a treasure? When you say first boyfriend, first kiss, what a treasure.
What a treasure. And it actually came when she first came to Chicago, and we were, you know, getting to know one another in person for the first time. And we were walking around downtown, and I'm like, hey, there's something I want to bring up to you, because at this point, I was a virgin as well. And I said, hey, I just want to let you know that I do want to know, what are your standards, you know, with kissing, you know? And she's like, well, actually, I've never been kissed. And I was like, what? I was blown away. I was like, you never. Now, for me, it was a prayer of mine that my wife would possibly be a virgin. But the first kiss was not a prayer that I had made to God. And I was like, well, God, you just one-up me, you know, to have a woman that has never been kissed before. And I knew then, I was like, wow, this is truly a woman who has prepared herself, and not only prepared herself, but has valued herself enough to say no to any other guy that's come her way. And so I told her, I said, hey, then I want to honor that. You would not have to worry about me ever, you know, trying to compromise your decision of your first kiss. That will not happen until you know for sure, and we know for sure that we're getting married. And so we actually saved our first kiss for our engagement. And so we did not kiss at all until after we knew that. And I say that Jesus died on the cross for us. That was his way of proving his love for us. So as a man, we should be able to do the same for our future brides.
In today's hookup culture, you guys are, I think, an exception.
Thank you.
So what would you say to someone that they can't do that anymore? How do they get to the point where they can prepare that, yes, this is going to be a treasured moment. The intimacy of marriage can still be a treasure for them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You tell them that it's never too late.
Never.
You can start today. At the end of the day, it's not about what happened in the past. It's what you do with what you know now, right? That you'll be held responsible for. And too much is given, much is required. Now that you're watching this show, you know what's possible, that you can abstain from sex. And it's very possible with the help of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And so if you make the decision to start today, the goal is now to know, how can I protect this decision forever until the moment comes for you to be married? And so we encourage singles to be proactive, right? To get friends that will support their decision, to ensure that they now understand the value of it by studying what are the benefits of waiting to have sex, so I can have the information, not be ignorant, and just allow the emotions or the thought or the passion of me waiting, but actually knowing the benefits of it. That for us, the benefits has been, I don't have to worry about thinking of other people whenever we're having our intimate moments. I don't have to worry about those moments of the past coming forward. And I think about those things and what you're passionate about.
That's one thing the world doesn't tell you. That you can't get rid of the memory.
You can't get rid of it.
It's going to be there, and you can't take back your heart. Once you've exposed your heart, you can't take that back.
Yes, sir.
That stays out there. You've got 25 ways to prepare. What would you say is the #1 way?
Well, that's a good one, because I had a good friend of mine, because I actually, when the book was first written, it started off with 100 ways, and I reduced it down to 25. So #1 way is your relationship with God.
Yes.
That is going to be the #1 way for you to prepare for marriage.
If you want to know the other 24, all you have to do is visit the One University and the book, 25 Ways to Prepare for Marriage Other Than Dating. It's available wherever books are sold. Here's a word. For you are like sheep going astray, but now have returned to the shepherd and overseer of your soul.